Hello and welcome. I'm Rose and you have found Flosstube channel Untwist Your Stitches. For any of you that are subscribers and have seen me before, welcome back. For any new subscribers, welcome. I hope that you find something fun to watch today. This is my second time trying to video this. The first time, got everything done and was in the editing stage, and I don't know what I did, but somehow I lost the entire video. So now I have to come back and try again. Let's see, this is a channel about cross stitch, sewing, crocheting, and all other crafting items that I do. Today's episode will be Flosstube number 5, and I am going to do a review of what I finished in 2023 and then do a WIP Parade for the items that I am carrying into 2024. So let's get started. Let's not dilly-dally around. In 2023, I finished 17 projects. That's a pretty good amount for me. I'd say it's about average. Some years, of course, if I do a lot more smalls, I will finish more. If not, then I might not finish as many. But I would say 17 might be about an average. Of those 17, 3 of them were crocheted blankets that I gave away to my friends. 1 for Christmas and 2 for birthdays. Okay, that was a little bleep. I thought I heard somebody coming in the door and wanted to make sure that the dogs didn't bark while I was filming. I have pictures of those to show you, but they were gifted and I was very pleased with the outcome of them. I also had 12 fully finished cross-stitch projects. I have several of them that I will show you, and then I had 2 finished cross-stitch projects, but I have not fully finished them. So the first one I have is called Mill Hill Kit. It is Bumblebee Gnome. And I finished him in a way so that he can hang on my door display hanger that I showed you in one of my other videos. This goes on the hanger and he hangs up. I usually put him up in summer and early fall. Then this is also another display for my door. This was a pattern from one of the magazines that I have collected over the years. I cannot remember which one it is. I tried to look for it while I was setting up for this and I could not find it, but it was just an Easter project in one of my, it could be country cross stitch, it could be a Stony Creek, I'm not sure. I'll try to find that information, but I couldn't find it when I was preparing, so I don't think I'll find it now. But this will also hang on my door display. The next one is Mr. and Mr. Easter Gnome. And I finished them in this shadow box style. They are stitched on 28 count peach linen. Just a piece I had in my stash. I have no information about it. With the called for DMC floss that was suggested on the pattern. And I stained and finished the box, and this is just in there on magnets, so it can be changed throughout the year. I also did a project that I turned into a project bag. It is a free pattern. It was originally given out in 2020 during the Nashville market. It is from Teresa Kogut, and it says, "Create every day." Now, I've done this in green and yellow because those are my two favorite colors. You can do it I've seen it done in rainbow colors. I've seen it done in just one color. It's whatever you choose to do. Being that it's a free pattern, you can just go wild with it. And then I finished it into this bag. And one of my WIPs, I will tell you when it comes to that part of the video, is currently using this bag. Another bag that I did are these So Emma plaid mesh bags. The pattern is from Shepherd's Bush, and the pattern was quilt for this one. I chose to do it on a green plaid, and I changed the colors to suit my personal preferences. Again, green and yellow, because green and yellow are my favorite colors. And of course, a few other. This is done in red because it's the tomato pin cushion. And so yeah. Then this next one is another Shepherd's Bush pattern for the So Emma bags. This is the Queen Bee bag pattern. I chose to do it on, excuse me, let's see if this will help any by putting that behind it. No, not really. Let's see if it'll help by putting this behind it. Okay, so maybe that helped a little bit. Anyway, it's the gray plaid bag. Again, I changed the colors to green and yellow to suit my choices. The beads that are used for it are beads that are just from my stash. They are not the called for beads, but yeah, they work. And they're very similar to the beads that were called for in the pattern. But I have stash, so I just use that. And the last bag I did is this. Let's see. It's Scary. This one I chose to do on an orange plaid. And again, I changed the colors to suit me. Now they're not yellow and green, or they're not green and yellow, but they're more in, they're brighter, I think, than what the called for floss was. And they stand out very good. And again, I used beads and charms that I had in my stash. I did not go out and buy any of the ones that are called for on the pattern. The next thing that I am going to show you was a start and finish in 2023. I was enabled by many floss tubers that were doing this cardinal kin from Plum Street Samplers. I did it on let's see. I did it on 32 count Belfast linen, red polka dot. I've shown this in some of my other videos when I finished it, but now I have fully finished it. And this is on one of those wooden boards that you can get at Hobby Lobby, or I believe this one came from Michael's. I'm sorry, the colors really are not showing up today. It's stormy and gray and gross outside, so my lighting is not the best, but I changed the color of the baby bird up here. He's supposed to be the same color as the mom, but I changed his color to the cayenne that it calls for. And then the large male bird was supposed to also be done in cayenne, but I wanted him to be brighter. So I went and dug out my Turkish red, and I used that. And I think it came out quite nice. And just some ribbon from my stash, a little holly leaf from my stash, and this doodad down here was a brooch that my mother-in-law had, and the pin had broken, so I wanted to use this to somehow on something nice, just as to use it so it didn't just get thrown in a drawer and forgotten. The next one is a Mill Hill kit, buttons and beads. It's called Valentine Heart. Now, all of this here, this background is all supposed to be stitched. Well, I had decided that I was going to finish this on another one of these boards. So I did not stitch the background. I just stitched the heart design, cut it out, found a selection of hearts and flowers and butterflies to decorate with. Now this button in the middle did come with the kit, and there are beads on here that came with the kit, but the rest of them were all from my stash. And this is how I finished it. Both of the hearts I painted and clear coated, and then added the stitching to the top of that. So those are all of my fully finishes. I had two others. I did an SAL with Sarah, handmade by Sarah W. It was the hands-on design free pattern, Mary berries. Anyway, it's in one of my other videos, so you can go back and look at that. I gave one away as a gift at Christmas time, and the other one is packed away in my Christmas ornaments boxes, and I did not want to have to go and drag all of those out. So those are all my fully finished items. Now the finished stitching, but not fully finished. This one here is a pattern that I made myself. It reads Friends across the top, and then funny, retreat, inspire, enjoy, notable, delight, and support. This piece I will be taking, if I'm able to attend, to the stitching retreat that we have every year locally. I've been going for, this would be my 12th year if I'm able to attend. Now, the reason I say if I'm able to attend is because we are in the process of moving from California to Idaho. So The move may cause some issues with me going to that retreat. Hopefully I'll be able to make it. But if I don't, I will just fully finish this into a mat or a bag. But my idea for taking it to the retreat is to go ahead and pass it around to all of my fellow stitchers that I've known for many, many years, and have them add either their initials or their name, and then fully finish it after they've added that to this piece. And they would, of course, do their name in their favorite color. And then that would be a reminder for me of these very good friends that I have been going to this retreat with for many years. So that's that. And my final one is one that I finished December. Let's see, when did I finish this? Excuse me. I finished it on December 22nd. It's one that I've been working on for a couple of years, and it is my Crabby All Year by Raise the Roof. And I've fully finished it. I have all of the buttons and charms added in. Most of the charms are from my stash, but there were a few, like these little chicks here and the pencils here. Let's see, the butterfly and the inchworm. Where's Mr. Inchworm? Right here. Some of those I did order from that button company, but most of the buttons are just from stash. And that was my last finish for 2023. Okay, so that was my review of 2023. Now let's go to my WIP Parade and all the items that I am going to carry in to 2024. I'm going to try to go in some sort of chronological order, but it may not be exactly. Pretty close. So the first one is my oldest WIP. It is also my largest WIP, and it's something that I've been working on since 2013. It is a piece from Heaven and Earth Designs. Let me see. It is a Donna Gelsinger design called Christmas Cottage, and I'm doing it as a commemorative honor piece for my dad. We lost him in 2005, and I had been looking to try to find something that would just remind me of him, would be something that I could work on that would bring back those memories of the times that we shared. So this piece, when I finally found it, it was perfect. And I will explain that when I show it to you. So I started in 2023. That year I got 5 pages done. In 2014, I got 3 pages done. In 2015, 6 pages. In 2017, 3 pages. And then in 2018 and 2019, because all of my daughter's friends were getting pregnant, my daughter got pregnant, so there was a lot of stitching for baby items those 2 years. And I never touched my project. So for 2 years, it got no stitching whatsoever. I picked it back up in 2020 and I got 1 page done. But I also was driving back and forth 3 times to Virginia to see my new grandson. So there wasn't a whole lot of stitching time available that year. In 2021, I did 5 more pages. In 2022, I did 3 pages. And in 2023, last year, I did 1 page. Last year was not a good year for stitching on this project because I was doing WIP Go, and the times that it was called during WIP Go, there were other things going on, and I just didn't have time to settle in and do very much stitching. So 1 page finished is still 1 page closer to being done. I've shown you this in a couple of my other floss tubes, so you may have already seen it, but this is my Heaven and Earth project for my dad. And as I said, the reason it struck me is the snowman with the cowboy hat. My dad, whenever you would see him, he would be wearing a cowboy hat. He never wore a baseball cap or anything like that. He always had a straw cowboy hat on. And so when I saw that snowman and kind of the old and battered hat that he was wearing, it was perfect as a commemorative piece for my dad. So that is why this one is being stitched, is that hat right there. This is it was the first one that Heaven and Earth put out of this design. It is the regular size one. It's not the super size. It's not the mini. It is the basic standard size. It's being stitched on 16 count Dove Gray, which is not showing up very well, but means that this is a full coverage piece. The background fabric just really doesn't matter that much. I would like to get some good stitching done on this in 2024, but we'll just see how it goes, because I would like to get this finished and hung up so that I can look at it and have it as that commemorative piece. And the bag that I made, the Create Everyday bag, is what my Heaven and Earth is being stored in when I'm not working on it. Bag, it is gusseted, and there's some quilting, light quilting in it, and yeah, it's so much to love. And the project that is in there is the baby gaffigan that I am making for my granddaughter. I want to focus on this one, not exclusively, but this is my main focus piece, because she will be 3 in October, and I would like to have the blanket done before that. It is an alphabet blanket, and I am choosing the animals for each square, and also I'm adding in squares with her name, her date of birth, her weight, and all that. And the ones that are specifically to my granddaughter, I'm using motifs from baby books. The animals, most of them are coming from the Stony Creek baby animal books. The farm animals, the sea animals, the endangered species animals, and there's another one. What is the other one? Oh boy, my brain just is not working on this second video very well. Woodland animals. Okay. So, the animals that I cannot find to match a letter in the Stony Creek book, then I'm going into my other patterns that I have, baby style patterns that I have, and I'm choosing from them, or I'm finding a free pattern online. This narwhal was a free pattern online. Let's see, the insects, that was in a book of bugs, insects, and something else, and I don't remember who exactly it was. The alligator was a free pattern online. So yeah, if Stony Creek does not have an animal that will match the alphabet, then I have to reach out and see what I can find. But the majority, and I would say at least 75% of the animals are coming from Stony Creek, and the rest are coming from another source. So that's number 2, and it was started in August of 2021. Now my next one, and yes, I did show you the bag that was in. Okay. My next one, this project bag, I made myself. It is sewing motifs that I believe I got this fabric from Joann's. This project I am making for my husband. He asked me if I would do this for him. There is a quote that he wanted me to stitch and have a picture next to. And so the picture that will be on it is it's a Janlin kit. It's called Northern Lights, and it's these 2 wolves together. I'm not stitching the background because the background is just a bunch of snow flurries, and I chose this fabric so that I wouldn't have to try to do one stitch here, one stitch there, and jump all around with the background. So all I am doing of the kit is the 2 wolves, and then the rest over here, probably out to about right there, will be the quote that will be added in that he asked me to do for him. He doesn't very often ask for a specific piece. I've made several different pieces for him and gifted them to him. You can see some of those in my previous Flosstubes. But this one he specifically asked for, and I was more than happy to do it for him. So this next one, another project bag that I sewed for myself. This is Vintage Simplicity fabric. It was also from Joann's. And in here is my Raven Queen from Nora Corbett. I have made a few changes in the color for her dress that I am stitching. I often will change the colors to suit myself. I also changed the color of her crown and this back here, whatever that would be called, her cape or whatever. So, and a lot of the beads that would be on this Nora Corbett, I'm not instead of using the beads, I will use the Kreinik metallic blending filament, and then just a few of the beads will be added in on this. And for her, once she's done, I know in the original pattern there's a castle in the background. Well, that I want her to be kind of a Halloween project. So from Whispered by the Wind, there's a pattern called Morning Tree, and it's full of ravens, and there's some headstones and this really spooky tree. And once I get her done, then I'll put that tree in the background over here with the headstones and combine those two patterns together. So that was number 4. Number 5, again, another one of my personally made project bags. My dad was a full-blood Irishman, so I am half Irish, and I think I tend to go towards the shamrock and green and that because maybe of him. But this is, I don't know. I think this might have come from my quilt shop before it closed, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this fabric came from. I don't tend to worry about what fabric I'm buying. If it strikes me, I buy it. I don't worry about designers or that kind of stuff. So, number 5 is the 12 Months of Snowman by Zweigart. They are stitched on a 14 count pre-printed fabric. The printing goes around the outside and was on the fabric. And then you stitch in the center. It's either a square or an oval shape in the center. This is the February Snowman. I've already finished the January Snowman. And he was made into an envelope style pillow cover. And that's what this one will be. They'll all be made into the same size so that each month I can change out the cover on the pillow. And once I get them all done. And so there'll be 12 months of Snowman on this printed fabric. Same size envelope cover made and changed out to match the seasons. So that was number 5. Number 6. Let's see. Where is number 6? Is this number 6? Oopsies. Throwing things around. Yes. Okay. This is another So Much to Love bag. Very pretty. Again, these were bought before I was making my own bags. They're very well made. They're very nice. She does a great job with these. Gusseted sides. Padded. I don't pad mine because I don't think it needs it, but some people like the padding in their bags. I just don't prefer it. So number 6 is Autumn by the Cross-Eyed Cricket. This I'm doing on 32 count gingerbread. It's a Lugana. I started it on May 16th, 2023. And this is how far I have gotten so far. This is for my daughter. When she was still living in Virginia, we had gone out to visit her, and her and I went out one day, and she showed me around, and we saw a cross stitch or a needlepoint. I think it was a needlepoint store, maybe a cross stitch store. But we went in, and she happened to see this pattern, so she said, "Oh, I really like that." Now, this was in probably 2012, 18, and I'm just now getting started on it. But this is the pattern. And I hope to finish it before the end of the year so that I can fully finish it and give it to her. That was number 6. Number 7 is a different style of project. This is an embroidery project that I saw on Amazon one time when I was just fooling around and going through, and I think I had typed in something to do with cross stitch or embroidery or something like that, and this popped up in the feed, of course, as Amazon will, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. I enjoy it. It's been fun. It came as a kit, so you get the fabric, and the fabric was printed so that you know where to put all the different designs. It comes with this hoop, comes with all of the threads and the instructions. And basically all I have left is to finish the rest of the French knots in here. And then, let's see, over here, there's a tiny little bit to finish this leaf. But what I did is I did all of the outside design, the flowers and all that. And I waited to do the French knots in the middle here so that I could get started on those French knots and get into a groove and just go with it. And it's been really fun. I enjoy French knots. I don't have a problem with them. And I really don't have that much left to do. I will be working on this tonight, and I hope to finish it tonight. If not, then the next time this comes through my rotation this year, it will definitely be finished. But I don't have that much left to do, so I think I can finish it tonight. And it's just that little bit right there to finish with all the French knots, and then this one will be finished. Now this came as 4 in the kit. I don't think I'll be doing the other 3 flowers. As much as it's been fun to do and to challenge myself and to try something different, it's not my thing. It's not my groove. I very much prefer to cross stitch rather than just straight embroidery. So maybe when I start getting a few more subscribers, I can use the other 3 kits as giveaways and let someone else have the joy of doing those kits. So that was number 7. Number 8 is my sheep virtues. It is in, I hope it's in this bag. Nope, that's not the right bag. Oops. Here we go, my sheep virtues. This is in my Mary Poppins bag. I stitched Practically Perfect. It was a pattern I got off of 1-2-3 Stitch. And I did it because I'm forever telling my husband that I'm practically perfect in every way. And when I found this pattern, I thought it was just so cute. So I did this for myself, and then I didn't know what to do with it, so I made it into a part of this project bag. So these are my sheep virtues. I'm sure you'll recognize them. They're Country Cottage Needleworks. The first one that I started with is the companion piece to the 12 Virtues, and its name is Sheep in the Meadow. And I'm very close to being finished with that one. The next time this comes under my needle, I should have it finished. And this is how far I've got. Just, the little bit of grass here, and the house. And the bottom words, I guess, is what I have. It's not that much, and they're very fun to stitch, and they go very quickly. And this is going to be, I'm going to do this as a banner to put over top the windows in our new house. So there's going to be virtues here and virtues here, and then another row underneath it, and it's going to go over one of the windows in the new house. So I'm really excited to do that. I saw someone else, I think it was Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs, said that she had thought that she was going to do hers as a banner. So that got me thinking, oh, that'd be a great idea. And I stole her idea and made it my own. This was started on August 25th, 2023. It is 16 count French lace, Ada. And yeah, so that's what that one is. Now, this one, here we go. Oh, it's this turn. Another one of my own bags. Another fabric from Joann's. And up here the is hearts, cross-stitched hearts, and the inside are scissors. And this is, my new puppy was chewing on this the other day, and so it doesn't look as good as it should, but it's a little wooden bobbin that I had in my stash. This one is called Nice Snowflakes. It's by Filigram. This pattern was given to me by a fellow stitcher. She knows that I collect snowmen, and she saw this and said that she couldn't resist. So yeah, this is how far I got. And I'm using, it suggests dinky dye silks, but I don't have any dinky dye silks, and I wanted to get started on this. So I went through my stash and was able to choose some of the DMC that was also suggested for it, but also some of the Weeks Works over dye. So I'm using Grit, Cayenne, and Coal of the Weeks Works, and then the rest I'm doing DMC colors. The fabric is 16 count hazy gray. I got it off an Etsy shop, so I don't know who dyed it, if it was the Etsy shop owner or if it was someone else, but it's this really pretty mottled gray. So that is project number 9. Project number 10 is this year I'm turning 60. My birthday is July 10th. And so what I decided to do was every month, starting in January, from the 7th to the 10th, I will work on a patriotic piece. I chose 3. Now, if I finish those 3 before the end of the year, that would be fantastic. I don't know that I will, being that I'm only working on them for those 4 days each month. But this one went a lot faster than I thought it would. So I may need to get into my stash and find a 4th patriotic piece, but we'll just have to wait and see. So this one, whoops, let me show you the pattern first. The pattern is from J Designs, If you watch Flosstube Running with Scissors, Stitching with Jane and Julie, Julie is J Designs, and this is one of her patterns. It's called American Sampler. And I've done this entire top section. Now you can just do, she has it set up so you can just do the middle section, the USA, but I wanted to do the full sampler. I did not use her suggested threads. What I am using for mine is DMC 115, Gentle Arts Freedom, and Gentle Arts Oatmeal. And it's these threads right here. And the light is not doing them justice because this is a beautiful variegated red. And when I show you the piece again, so that you can get a good look at it, you will see that the red in this, the variegated red in this comes out in two kind of shades. It comes out in this very dark shade, or it comes out in this more lighter, more, I don't know what to call it. I guess, variegated. But it's working up so beautifully. And this is the beginning of the S in USA in that center section. The flag, that's the blue freedom, and it also has the oatmeal color in there. But I'm very happy with how this is working up. It's just really a great pattern. Well thought out, very easy to stitch on. And the piece of fabric that I'm using, I don't know if it's showing very well. It's hard to show these pale blues and pale grays and get a good color to them sometimes. But this is pale baby blue in 16 count Aida. And I started this on January 7th, and I stopped stitching on it when I went to bed January 10th. So that is 7, 8, 9, 10 that I worked on it. And I do have a birthday stitch along hashtag on Instagram. It's hashtag SAL. 60 is just a number. So that was number 10. Now you're going to say, just 10? And it's like, well, I don't like to keep more than 12 to 15 WIPs at any given time. And I did have 12, but I finished my Mill Hill heart, and I also finished, which would have been number 11, I finished October 31st. This is part of the Time for All Seasons by Cottage Garden Samplings. And I believe Handmade by Sarah W. was doing this, or maybe it was Tiger Lily. There have been several Flosstubers that were doing this pattern. And I just love a good white pumpkin. And when I saw it, I had to have it. So I have finished October 31st. The, let's see. Okay, so I had a phone call that I had to take, and right in the middle of explaining my fiber choices. So, Raven and Tin Bucket are the called for Gentle Arts fibers on this. You cannot find, or maybe you can find Raven now, but at the time that I was kitting this up, you could not find Raven. So I substituted Black Crow, and that's what my bird is done in, is Black Crow, Tin Bucket, and the DMC that is suggested by the pattern. The pumpkin, I wanted a slightly variegated white in this pumpkin, and I had been working with Weeks Dye Works Parchment, which is number 1110. It gives a very nice variegation, very slight, very subtle, but it gives it a little bit more depth, in my opinion. So I used Parchment in place of 746. And I love the way that it came out. I'm very pleased with it. And then these stars and these stars here, these tiny little stars here, I had a pearl cotton. It's called Canary. It's by Chameleon Designs. I got it when I was on a trip in Ireland, and I wanted the stars to really be very bold in this pattern rather than this kind of dingy color. So I like bolder colors. I like brighter colors. So I made the choice to change to that pearl cotton thread. So that one's finished. I'm going to fully finish it. Hopefully in my next Flosstube, I will have it fully finished for you. I'm going to do it in kind of a different way. And so that's why I only have 10 projects rather than the 12 that I normally keep in my rotation. I normally have a Mill Hill kit in my rotation, but since I just finished the Valentine Heart, I need to make a decision as to what is my next choice. I've got many Mill Hill kits to choose from, so I don't know which one will be next. You'll have to wait and see. Come back and join me for some fun on my other videos. And I need to make a choice. Do I want to do another pumpkin in replacement of October 31st, or do I want to do more of a spring project, or what do I want to replace October 31st with? I don't know yet. So that is another decision that I have to make. This video is getting kind of long. I was going to do some haul that I've recently gotten, but I just feel like this is running too long to be able to do that. So what I'll try to do is in 2 weeks, I'll try to come back and I'll try to do just a regular Flosstube, show haul, show the WIPs that I'm working on, show, maybe have a story, because in my other videos, I've tried to do stories about my stitching over the years. Maybe I'll have a story and that kind of thing. But what I want to do to end this video is to give you some names and some ideas of other Flosstubers that I find very entertaining, very knowledgeable, just fun to watch. So I call this section of my Flosstube name dropping. The first one is the Sable Stitchers. That is Roberta and Lenny. And the Sable Stitchers, the acronym SABLE stands for Stash Acquisition Beyond Life Expectancy. Then there is Just Keep Stitching. The ladies in that are Pam and Steph. Now, I just barely found them. I've had a lot of floss tubers talk about them, but it took me forever to find them because I was looking for Pam and Steph, and that's not the name of their floss tube. The name of their floss tube is Just Keep Stitching. There's also Mimi's Stitchery. The lady's name for that one is Amy. She has some really great cross stitching, and she's also a knitter. So she likes to show her knitting projects in her floss tubes, which are really, really nice. The Floss Boss and Cousins, Christy and Callie, those ladies are hilarious. They're very fun to watch. They keep you entertained, and their stitching is lovely. Running with Scissors, Jane and Julie, they are my absolute favorite ladies to watch on Flosstube. They crack me up. They make you feel very comfortable, very engaged. It's just their Flosstube is wonderful to watch. So if you haven't watched it, go find them. The Sweetwater Stitcher is Jessica. She's been doing this for a long time. She's got some awesome projects, and she's just really fun to watch. Handmade by Sarah W. She is one of my most enabling stitchers out there. Her and Carrie from Tiger Lily Designs. I've found many things that I have went and bought off 123 Stitch because I saw them stitching it. Two Needles Pulling Thread, Kathy and Missy. They're up in the northeastern part of the country. I'm not sure exactly where, but they're really fun to watch. They've got some amazing stitching that they do. They've got a lot of information about different retreats and different places just to go to meet up with people. So yeah, they're fun to see. Then Linen and Scraps, Kathy and Molly. Wonderful stitchers. Wonderful, wonderful stitchers. Sarah's Stitchery. Sarah's Stitchery is a new floss tube, but she's not new to Flosstube. She was doing it with a friend of hers, and it just got too hard for the two of them to meet up and do a floss tube. So they chose to close down their channel, and she has started her own channel on her own. And she's a teacher and has some really great stitching pieces that it's fun to watch. Cross Stitch the Globe. This is a pair of sisters, Allison and Stephanie. They're very prolific with their stitching channel, so you'll see a lot of things from them. They do a lot of SALs. They do a lot of kind of different stitching, so it's fun to go and see what they're doing. The Daybreak Stitcher, Jerica, she's like me. She's very new to Flosstube, but she's got, I believe she's got 5, maybe 6 floss tubes out there, and they've been really fun to watch. So go over and give her a peek and see if she's someone that you would like to follow along with. The Needleberry Stitcher, Catherine, and Hello from Liz Matthews. So those are the ones that this time I'm going to encourage you to go find and watch and have some fun with. And hopefully you'll subscribe to my channel and come back and see me next time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spending time with me and letting me show you what I'm doing. And I hope you've found some stuff that you've enjoyed seeing. So have a good day, have a great stitching time, and enjoy. Thank you.